So we're talking about discrimination. I'm in the middle of a list. One of the other things they discriminate on is tattoos, and as much as tattoos are getting and piercings are getting more out there, and doctors and paramedics are showing theirs, there's still a lot of discrimination in that as well. When you're getting sick, as you do from environmental toxins, you are not only beyond exhausted if you're not eating properly, you're not getting enough sleep, you're emotionally drained. That leads you to being emotionally tired and crying. And every conversation you try to explain yourself, you start to cry, and a lot of judgment can come out of that. People will, be very fearful of who's this crazy person in front of me. And that was a majority of what I got for half of that time at least. And that would drain you. It would be having to pick yourself up and continuously sell yourself as a good human being to try to save yourself and get into a better environment. Well, a lot of people just saw a crazy person standing in front of you. Well, I guess you do have to be a little bit crazy to survive what I've survived against all odds. Because I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for my stubbornness, my ability to know that something was wrong and pay attention and make the proper eliminations, and keep the faith that in myself mainly, and finding hope in all the little things, whether it was somebody smiling, my dog, doing tricks with my dog. The PTSD got quite large to the point I couldn't even go shopping. I couldn't even drive. I had to take off my truck off the road. If somebody used any slight anger towards me, I crumbled emotionally inside and had to take myself and hide away and rebuild that strength. That's something else I want to talk about, the different techniques that I use to rebuild myself every time somebody took advantage of me. And now I'm a workaholic, so that was the other thing that kept me going, is having that work ethic, whether it was finding the techniques to survive every day or finding the creative ways to make more money, to deal with the diet, to deal with the sickness. I had to be creative. Heck, my neighbors next door thought I was an alcoholic for a majority of the time I lived there, up until the last year and a half, where they finally started talking to me, because I was relentlessly nice even through this. But I was collecting beer bottles and beer cans in the park, not only so they wouldn't get broken in there for the dogs, but just because financially I needed it. But they thought I was an alcoholic coming home at 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. carrying wine bottles. And I stopped drinking after my accident. So, yeah. So I'm going to talk to you more about this stuff. I'm going to stop right now. I'm a little exhausted. I'm going to take a little break and have some coffee. The one evil I continue. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon.